by Perez Tire Center, Aces Bail Bonds, Miranda & Sons Automotive, Bridgeport Auto Glass, Ramirez Spanish Restaurant, Haas Funeral Home.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Super Elite Entertainment. You already know I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez, and we are here broadcasting from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Really excited tonight because we have a special guest here in the studio sitting on the hot seat. Personal friend of mine's, he's very popular, well known throughout the state of Connecticut, as far as New York City and God knows where else. Mr. Michel Martinez, professional cook, professional chef, is here in the studio, and he's the owner of Festive Food Caterers. So he's here in the studio tonight, and he's going to be sitting on the hot seat, and we're going to be having an amazing time. I want to thank each and every one of you who are tuning in already. If you're watching live on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, Periscope, if you're listening to us on our podcast, whether it's Anchor, Spotify, or Apple, I want to welcome you into the show tonight. I'm really excited to be here. I'm really pumped up, especially that we weren't able to broadcast here in the studio this past Tuesday. But I'm excited to be back here tonight in the city of Bridgeport in our studio. And yes, we have a real live studio located in the city of Bridgeport, right in downtown Bridgeport. A lot of people think that I'm broadcasting out of my basement at home. No, we have a real legitimate professional studio located right here in Bridgeport. And I want to remind you, as I do every week, if you know someone that should be featured on our show, someone that's talented, someone that has a powerful, inspirational story, someone that's a motivator, an encourager, someone that is changing our community, go onto our website at www.supereliteentertainment.com. Reach out to me, send me their information, let me know who they are, so that in turn I can reach out to them and get them on our show. But again, I want to welcome each and every one of you that's listening on our podcast, whether you're listening on Spotify, Anchor, or Apple Podcasts. Perez Tire Center, located at 72 Knowlton Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut, is slashing the competition with a $45 full vehicle alignment. If you need new rims, if you need new tires, visit Perez Tire Center right in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Also, Aces Bail Bond, Yasmin Khan, quick response, 24/7, easy payment. También se habla español. If you need Aces Bail Bonds services, contact Yasmin Khan at 203-257-6228 or toll free 1-866-777-BOND. Evolution's Sports Bar, located at 1279 North Avenue in Bridgeport, Connecticut. For you guys who don't know, Evolution Sports Bar is currently closed for business, as well as their barbershop. But when they open back up, we will post it all over our social media page on our website, letting you know that Evolution Sports Bar and Cafe is open for business. Evolution Sports Bar has Thursday night karaoke, Friday nights ladies night, Saturdays is Fusion Day, and Sundays is Dia de Rumba. Miranda & Sons Automotive, located at 360 Avon Street in Stratford, Connecticut. If you need new brakes, electrical system, diagnostic check, head gasket, AC service, tune-ups, front end struts, full general auto repairs, contact Louis Miranda at Miranda & Sons Automotive in Stratford, Connecticut. Also, Spark City Smoke and Vape. If you need cigars, lotto tickets, tobacco, vaping products, smoking, they have a smoking lounge there at Spark City Smoke and Vape Shop, located at 815 Lafayette Boulevard in Bridgeport, Connecticut. They specialize in the best cigars you can possibly find in the city of Bridgeport. Ramirez Spanish Restaurant, specializing in seafood y churrasco, located at 1234 East Main Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you need lunch, dinner, wines, takeout. They also have catering, free delivery. If you really want some good Spanish food, visit Ramirez Restaurant right there in the heart of the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut at 1234 East Main Street. Bridgeport Auto Glass. Need new glass on your vehicle? Call Pedro at 203-916-7990 at Bridgeport Auto Glass or visit BridgeportAutoGlassShop.com. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez, and I'm excited to be here in the studio broadcasting live. Man, listen, we have an amazing show set for you tonight. We have a Bridgeport resident, all right, who owns a catering service, who serves not only the city of Bridgeport, but exclusive celebrities. And it is okay for you to mention that, right, Mikel?
Yeah.
That's right. Here in the studio, sitting on the hot seat when we come back from this commercial break, you guys. Don't go anywhere. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Antes de comer algo, cuando toca cualquier cosa, y si abres una puerta, para que el coronavirus vea que somos bacanos. Ya, cero besitos, cero apretón de mano, cubrirnos la boca si todos hemos estornudamos. No podemos tocar la cosa sin protección y evitemos en lugares públicos aglomeración. Si tú de verdad me quieres, salúdame de lejito. Es la mejor muestra de afecto que yo necesito. Unidos podemos, cuidémonos todito. Y a ese virus le ganamos trabajando en equipo.
All right, you guys, and welcome back to Super League Entertainment. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez, and I want to thank each and every one of you that's tuning in right now. Me and Michel Martinez, professional cook, is here in the studio. We're monitoring everything that's going on Facebook. We can see all of you guys tuning in. We can see the comments that you leave us. If you want to leave us a comment, if you want to ask Michel Martinez, professional chef, a question, feel free right in the timeline to ask us your questions. If you want to give a shout out to anybody, listen, do it right there. We will acknowledge you tonight, because if it's not you, for you, the people of the community tuning in on a weekly basis, we will not be able to do what we do. As I say every week, this is a studio and a platform that has been created for you, the people of the community. So I guarantee you, rest assured that one thing that you will get out of our studio is that your voice will be heard. All right, so without further ado, I want to present to you Mr. Michel Martinez, professional chef and owner of Festive Food Caterers, located right here in the great city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. How you doing? I will shake your hand, but let's do the elbow. Let's do the elbow.
How you doing, brother?
The reason why we got to do the elbow, Michel, is because, as you already know, we are being affected by COVID-19.
Yeah.
And as we're sitting here, getting ready to start the show off, there's a lot of people that's at home right now watching, and I want to welcome all of them one more time for tuning in. And I'm sure that a lot of people that's watching are your fans and your followers and your family, and they're all excited to be seeing you here on the show.
Yeah, they are. My mother was looking forward, and all my friends were looking forward to see me on the show. So I'm excited to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So really quick, I just want to open up the show with you telling the viewing audience who is Michel Martinez.
Well, you know what? There's a lot about me, but I'm going to try to narrow it down to a minute or so I can give you a little bit about my life in the city of Bridgeport. I moved here in 1983, went to school in Bridgeport, then went to University of New Haven, and throughout all that, I was going to become a private investigator, a homicide investigator like that. I knew that I loved to cook. So with that said and done, I changed careers after going to University of New Haven for 3 years. And I went to the French Culinary Institute in New York City, and I became a French chef. I already had 14 years of cooking experience, but I didn't have that degree, and I knew that degree was going to open new doors and expand my horizons, not only here in the city of Bridgeport, but beyond. Greenwich, New York City, Boston, Puerto Rico, and of course, everybody that flies a private jet out of Teterboro, where I provide their food services. That was part of it too.
Absolutely, man. And listen, again, I want to thank you for coming down to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
we've been trying to connect and to make this happen for quite some time, and eventually, now we are here.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about you the most, Mikel, is that, and I apologize if I rotate from Mikel, which is the proper pronunciation of your name, and Michael.
Yep, no problem.
You know, I might mess your name up, but
either or is fine with me. I'm perfectly fine with either or.
Yeah.
Michael, Mikel is perfectly fine with me.
But I'm excited to have you here. But the reason why I enjoy the fact that you're here is that, first of all, you're a Latino male, born and raised in the city of Bridgeport, and right here in the east side, we both grew up in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, we did.
Right there by the Coquito.
Yeah.
By back in the day, what was called La Cagüeña.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, like when you was in the corner.
That's right, on the corner.
Yeah.
You know, so we both grew up right there in the heart of the city, man, where back in the day when we were coming up, it was tough.
It was tough. I mean, it was a mini Vietnam, if you want to call it.
That's right.
You know, it was a tough neighborhood. I mean, I don't want to compare it to other cities, but if we had to make a comparison, it was as tough as the Bronx was in the 80s and 90s. I mean, you know, the crime was rampant, and but it didn't stop us from doing what we wanted to do, was move forward and move ahead and succeed in life.
That's right.
Succeed in life, and that's all what it's all about.
That's right.
Yeah.
And now, look at yourself. You're here. You're a professional chef.
Yeah.
And the main thing I want to point out is that I want people to understand good things, great things do come out of our city.
Oh, yeah.
Because people tend to talk a lot of negative things about Bridgeport.
That is correct.
But when we look at a prime example like yourself, Boricua Latino, successful, you own your own business.
Correct.
So you have the mindset of a business person. You're prime example of what I'm always trying to tell the people in the city of Bridgeport. Good things do come out of Bridgeport, man.
They do, and you have to, you have to take advantage of your life and take advantage of what your future is gonna be. I could have, wasted my life away, and I almost did. Let me backtrack a little bit. But I was at one point I was an alcoholic, and I was in a downhill spiral to nowhere in life, and it was a DWI that changed my life. That cop that stopped me saved my life, and in turn saved whoever was on the highway, because I was so drunk that if I would have gotten on the highway, I probably would have killed somebody on the highway. And that was my turning point. Being pulled over, being arrested for drunk driving, and waking up the next morning and knowing that I needed to do better with myself. So right there and then is when I decided, what, enough is enough.
Wow.
And I changed my life, and I no longer drink, and I'm here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is awesome, and I take my hat off to you, and I congratulate you on making the decision that you needed to make some changes in your life.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And now you're here in your right frame of mind. I mean, you're living a really good, healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
You have a great business, which is very successful, and I want to point that out because you cater to masses of people, big crowds, celebrities.
Correct.
New Canaan, Darien, Greenwich, all the way down the pipe, right here in the city of Bridgeport.
It all comes out of here, yeah.
And and it all comes out of here, out of Bridgeport.
It all comes out of Bridgeport.
Yeah.
And my customers, and and going back to those customers, my customers from New Canaan, from Greenwich, from Westport, they have a choice. They could easily pick a caterer from Westport, Greenwich, or Norwalk, or elsewhere. It doesn't have to be myself. I'm privileged to be able to bring my team to Greenwich and say, you know what, they hired me. They could have picked anybody within their town, but I am privileged to be able to bring my team in there and showcase what we're able to do, what we're able to provide for our customers, and show them that good things come out of Bridgeport. That's the biggest thing. Show them that, listen, we came out of Bridgeport, and instead of people always knocking the city of Bridgeport, look, we go in there, we provide a service, and we could get them as repeat customers over and over again. It never changes.
Absolutely. And you know what? One of the things I want to point out is that, for example, coming out of the Bridgeport school system, and by the way, you're not just someone who picked up a pot and a pan and decided, hey, I'm going to become a chef.
Right.
I mean, you are educated
Yes.
in the field. I mean, you went to school. You learned your craft.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what school? Yeah. So
I went to the French Culinary Institute in New York City. It's actually ranked between 2 and 3 in the world. I remember 15 years ago looking at a pamphlet and telling myself, I'll never be able to go to that school. I knew I couldn't go to the school because it's very expensive, and I didn't think I was ever going to get accepted. But with that said and done, 5 years later, that's when I picked up my drunk driving arrest. And you know what? I said, I'm going to give it my all. After I bonded out from the Westport Police Department, I promised my mother that I was going to go back to school, and she laughed at me. She said, you're not going to go back to school. And I said, mark my word, you're going to eat those words, Ma. And she had to, because I decided to go back to school. I sent my application to the French Culinary. I got accepted. I borrowed money from my brother. I paid for the whole tuition. And I graduated as a French chef.
Wow.
Driving to New York City every single day.
And the thing that I really love the fact is that, you know, you were in the darkest place of your life.
Correct. Yes, it was.
Arrested, locked up, hopeless situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody would have given up and be like, you know what, the hell with it, throw in the towel and continue on that rampage life of destruction.
Right.
But you came to that place of realization, you know what, there's more to life than this.
Exactly.
And you made the decision to change. And now, look at you now, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, it's either you change for yourself or nobody's going to do it for you. And that was the main purpose for me, you know, picking up myself from that, you know, dark place and deciding, listen, I have to do better with myself, not only for myself but for my parents. My parents never raised a child to be an alcoholic. My parents are great, you know, they gave us a great foundation.
Wow.
But you know, it was, you know, me wanting to party, me wanting to, you know, to be like my other friends, and it caught up to me. It caught up to me, and it was a good reason it caught up to me. And I would never. People say, "Do you regret getting pulled over?" I said, "No," because if I would have regret, then I probably would have been doing it over and over again. And I'm glad I got pulled over.
You cater to high-end individuals.
Correct.
And I seen somewhere that you catered an event in New York City for celebrity supermodel.
Yes.
Christy Turlington.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's amazing. You know, you get to usually you get there, you're fine, you're calm, you're doing all you're supposed to be doing. You get a little jitters because you know it's a major celebrity, it's an A-list celebrity. But after doing a couple of celebrities, it's gotten a lot easier. It's you still get the jitters. You know, you want to make sure you don't make any mistakes. And you know what? If a mistake happens, we're only human. You know,
right.
and they're very understandable. But you know, it's amazing to be able to showcase my food to celebrities just like Christy Turlington, Brooke Shields, Star Jones, Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man. Those are just
really. You work with Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire was when I first graduated from school. I did a Tobey Maguire event. So it was pretty amazing. It was fun, to say the least.
Are they approachable? I mean, are they?
Yeah,
talkative.
Very, very
respectful.
Yeah. There's one celebrity that I will not name, but she was a tough cookie. But then again, you know, I mean, she was a prosecutor before she became a celebrity. So I see why she was a tough cookie. But you know what? I killed her with kindness. I killed her with food. You know, so I gave you food and I made her happy. And that's all that matters. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Mike. So listen, really quick, we're going to take a quick commercial break, right?
Yes.
But when we come back, we're going to take a drive from our studio down to your studio.
Awesome.
Where all the magic is done, right? Where all the cooking takes place at.
Yeah.
I spent some time with you there at your establishment a couple of days ago.
Yes.
And you were cooking it up, man. You were making some, what was it, like 40, 50, 60 pounds of pernil?
Yeah, yes. 60 pounds of pernil we had going on, yeah.
You were making chicken and
50
potato.
pounds of chicken, 75 pounds of potato salad, and it all went. There was nothing left. It all went.
And you know what? I just want to point out also is that the reason why you were making all of that food before we go on the commercial break is because, as we all know, we're being affected nationally by COVID-19.
Correct.
It's extremely dangerous out there. That virus is on a rampage.
It is.
And, you know, my condolences to all the victims and to the families of the victims who have passed away from the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And it has affected so many people's lives and so many businesses. Even driving here to the studio today, I mean,
it's a ghost town.
it's a ghost town.
It's like a Sunday every single day. It's heart wrenching. It's depressing, and with that said and done, I mean, not only has it affected so many families, it has affected many businesses. I mean, me being one of them. They canceled all my events through July.
Yep.
Through July, yeah.
And that's what I wanted to point out was that, okay, all your events got canceled, and that has to be a scary moment, a scary experience, because your business is built on catering.
Right, correct.
And then now, wait a minute, no one wants your services.
Nobody.
Everything is shut down, it's canceled. But you have the mindset, if it's okay for me to say, of a hustler.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah.
You got the mindset of a hustler
Yeah.
because you said, all right, wait a minute. I've been shut down from, catering.
Right.
But yet you went and decided, wait a minute, how could I fix this problem? You went and brought 60 pounds of penne. You went and brought 40, 50 pounds of chicken.
Yeah.
You went and brought all your product. It's like a drug dealer, if I should say.
Yeah, but a good one,
But a clean one.
A clean one, exactly. Yeah.
So you got your product, you cut it up, right?
Yeah.
You flipped it.
Yeah.
And you hit the road, and you've been delivering meals ever since your business got shut down. You've been delivering meals.
Yeah.
Pretty much every other day.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you came to me and brought me some food.
Yes,
twice.
I did. Two times.
Two times.
And a lot of food at that.
Yeah, and a lot of food at that,
food at that.
and it all went down. Just saying.
That's awesome.
And it was fantastic.
Thank you.
And I want to show the people real quick an example of some of the food you've been delivering. Right? Bam! Look at that.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's good.
Does that look good or what?
Yeah, that was a big seller. That was a big
seller.
That was.
Well, you need to bring that one back maybe next week.
We actually do it Friday.
Oh, we could do it Friday.
Do it Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
we could do it
So
Friday.
I just want to remind the people that, you know what? Even though most restaurants are closed, you can't, get food here or there or maybe at your favorite place, feel free to contact Michel Martinez. Matter of fact, we put this on the screen. Contact Michel Martinez. All right, via Facebook,
Yeah.
Messenger. They can contact you by calling your business line.
Yes, yeah.
And matter of fact, let me throw it up on the screen. 203-224-0131 is at your service. Michel Martinez, chef and owner of Festive Food Caterers. And I just want to let you know, he and your team partners will deliver food pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. And if I have my driver available, we send them to New Haven, Fairfield, Monroe, Shelton. If somebody's hungry and I have a driver, they're gonna be fed.
They're gonna eat.
They're gonna eat, no matter where it's at. They're gonna eat.
And it doesn't matter if it's 1 or for 10 or for 20.
Exactly.
Because even though you're still providing that service, even though
Exactly.
you're not setting up the stage, you're
Right.
still providing that service for the
Exactly.
people.
Yeah. And it has affected everybody. This coronavirus has affected everybody. Not only myself, but the people that are home who are actually not getting paid, who are waiting for the unemployment. So I wanted to put a menu that's delicious, that's wholesome, and that's affordable. Nothing that was expensive that would break somebody's pocket or break somebody's bank.
Yep.
It was more about making sure that that meal that I delivered to the home not only fed one person, it probably fed two people.
Yeah.
And the average person would eat for $5 if it fed two people, and the plate is $10. The most expensive plate that I had was $12 for the ribs. And
you know what? And that's the thing I respect about you as well. Because like I said, I was with you at your place.
Right.
I seen all the work you were putting in. Anyone else would have charged $15, even up to $20 per meal.
Correct.
And that's where that price gouging comes in.
Yeah.
But you understand exactly what's going on. You understand the effects that this virus has had on our community and on our people. You made your food affordable. $10
$10, yeah.
for a full meal.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. And I want to say thank you for that, man. Because
and thank you to yourself, and thank you to the public for reaching out, for calling, for hearing my message on Facebook, and for supporting my business and myself. It's my way to give back to them. Thank you for choosing my food. Here is a great meal at an affordable price, and we'll keep it at that until all this is over. I don't anticipate ever having the price go beyond $12. We had steak not too long ago, and it was still, for the full platter, was $12 with
Wow.
steak, potatoes, vegetables, salad, dressing. It's just a way to make sure that people are still eating and having something fun other than just always cooking at home. People get tired of cooking at home.
Yeah.
Man. And so leave it up to me, and I'll take care of you. You know, you just call me.
Listen, keep your kitchen clean and let Michel Martinez
I'll
dirty his.
I'll be there. Don't worry. And if you want me to wash the Tupperware afterwards, I'll take care of that too. Just throw them in a bag and hang them from your door.
So much that we're talking about. Again, if you guys that are watching, we're here live in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut at the Super Elite Entertainment Studio. And we have professional chef and owner of Festive Food Caterers, Michel Martinez, here on the hot seat. As you know, this is a platform that's been created for you, the people of the community, to provide people like Michel Martinez an opportunity to showcase who he is as a person, as a professional, and also to showcase his skills. And with that said, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Mike, okay?
Okay.
But when we come back, we're going to take a ride from our studio down the street to Michel Martinez, your studio. And we're going to visit his place. He's going to take us on a tour of his establishment. And we're going to see how all the magic is done right there at Festive Food Caterers in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Again, don't go anywhere, guys. I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. We're going to take a quick commercial break so we can get a sip of water. We'll be right back momentarily.
Welcome to Spark City Smoke and Vape, located at 815 Lafayette Boulevard, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Alright, you guys, and welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez, broadcasting from the best city in the state of Connecticut, called Bridgeport. And again, I have professional chef and owner of Festive Food Caterers, Mr. Michel Martinez, here in the studio with me. How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling great. Thank you for having me. You know, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So, Mike, what I want to do really quick, I want to acknowledge the people that are watching on Facebook. There's so many people watching and so many comments. And really quick, let's just go through them real quick,
Sure.
all right?
Yeah, man, let's go.
I want to give a big shout out to Mita Feliciano, who's watching. I want to give a shout out to Kerry Ojeda Coro, Omar Carrion, Hilda Cardosa, Digna Villas de Beato. And also, she says on here, a message from Digna. She is saying, "Hi, Jason. Please tell my Dominican community of Bridgeport to stay home. We have to save lives by staying home." All right? Message put out there, Digna. You asked me to say it, so I just said it. And you guys that are watching, make sure that you receive it. Mirta Feliciano is also saying, not only is he a chef, but a great community activist, always helping everyone.
Thank you, Milta.
Yeah. And she also says, "I'm proud of you, Michael."
Thank you, Milta. I truly appreciate it.
Tina Benzi says, "Amazing story. I never get tired of hearing it over and over again. Overcoming struggles."
Yeah, Tina's a great person. I know Tina from Fairfield. Thank you, Tina.
Sandra Rivera says, "Congratulations." Myrna Reyes says, "Congratulations." Yasmin Reyes says, "Awesome." Yasmin Reyes says, "Look forward to trying your food." Oh, well, listen, all you got to do is hit him up this Friday, and he will deliver the food himself to your address.
Yeah, we're going to be doing it again tomorrow. Tomorrow's a pasta event. So,
oh, that's right, tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a pasta event tomorrow. Yeah.
Also, Tina Benzi saying, "Get pulled over was the best thing that could have happened to you. No shame, onward and upward it is. You have made a true point where you've changed."
Thank you, Tina. Once again, I appreciate it.
And vamos a seguir. I want to keep acknowledging the people that's watching. Kelsey Santiago says, "Fed my store one day and they want another plate."
That's my niece. Thank you. Yeah, Kelsey. Thank you for calling.
Lydia Rivera says, "Thank you for being such an incredible leader.
Thank you.
During such a crazy time. Chef Michael," or Michel, I keep saying Michael, "you are the truth. Props, Mr. Rodriguez." And thank you. Props to you for watching.
And thank you. Thank you.
Also, Ama Colon is saying, "Good job, Jason. You are great. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment." James Bullerin, "Mike, you're a great person and professional at what you do, brother.
Thank you, James.
Continue to do what you do for yourself and for the people. You're an awesome chef."
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's awesome.
Listen, we're just showering you with all the compliments.
It got me blushing. Everybody over here got me blushing.
Michi Romero saying, so proud of you, amazing man and chef. Myrna Montero says, congratulations. Gordo Rodriguez says, congratulations, fam. Great work. And R. Avalos Ochoa says, congrats, boss. And then J-Lo Lazada says, thank you for the food.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And look at this, because you know what? We have people watching from all over the place. As far as Arizona, Puerto Rico, Tampa, Florida, you name it. But check this one out. This person right here, Rosie Dempsey McLaughlin, is saying, I am watching all the way from Ireland.
Rosie, thank you. Thank you. Rosie's a great person. We worked years ago. We worked together.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
Rosie's an amazing person.
And then finally, and this, I can't get to all the comments, but Betty Muñeca says, Mike's food is phenomenal.
Thank you, Betty. I appreciate it. That's all so awesome.
So your response to the people that's watching in regards to all the comments they gave you?
You know what? I'm a humble guy, so you know I truly appreciate all the comments. Makes me blush, but you know what? I'll loosen up a little bit. But you know, it's because of the public that I'm still doing what I love to do. You know, I want to give them the best possible meal that I could possibly create out of my kitchen, and make sure that I put a smile on everyone's face. So every time a dish goes out of the kitchen, whether it's being delivered or whether they're gonna eat it in the car, I want to make sure that once they're done eating, they're like, wow, that was great. And that's the ultimate goal. You know, I'm not here just to make a buck. I'm here to provide smiles through the food itself.
Well, making the buck is definitely a part of the process, because every buck you earn, you deserve, because you put the hard work and dedication into your craft, and the results are the response that we're getting on Facebook right now.
Yeah.
People are loving you for who you are as a person, for who you are as a professional, and you know, the proof is in the pudding, and it speaks for itself. With that said, we are going to take a drive down to your establishment.
Oh, here we go.
A tour of what would she call it? Where all the magic happens?
Yeah, that's my little what would you want to call it?
Your castle, your domain.
My you know, give it a name. You know, surprise me. That's my man cave.
Your man cave.
Because you know that's where I spend most of my time.
Yeah.
It's either at home with my dog, or at work at my shop. You know, just creating magical dishes for my customers. Yeah.
That's right. So with that said, we're gonna take that quick ride. All right. So for you guys that are watching, again, this is Mr. Michel Martinez, professional cook. I keep saying cook, but professional chef, and you're a professional cook. Also owner of Festive Food Caterers, which is located here in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. He's here on the hot seat at the Super Elite Entertainment Studio. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a ride down to his place of establishment where all the creations are made, right? Yeah. So here we go. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's
all
go.
Right. So for you guys, again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. Don't go anywhere. Enjoy this video footage of us at Festive Food Caterers in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Again, if you're watching, share this live broadcast into your timeline. Let someone know that we're broadcasting live from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And professional chef Michel Martinez is here in the studio. We'll be right back momentarily, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Right on this table right here, it's a little advertisement table. It also shows some of the products that I use during any catering event. I'm an off-premises caterer, which means I essentially bring the restaurant to you, whether it's under a tent, whether it's in your backyard, whether it's in your home, or in a catering hall that doesn't have their own catering facilities. I will bring the restaurant to you. These are some of the items that I use to do setups. Over here I have 350 dinner plates. They're all glassware for those customers that want a finer experience. This is one of our layouts. This is where my customers actually do their tastings. They have their water glasses, wine glasses, plates, napkin rings, napkins, and a silver-plated flatware set that I actually worked very hard to acquire. Every single piece of silverware that we have here, or you see with the little tarnish, is actually polished prior to. So we polish everything by hand so that it sparkles just like nickel before we use it. The tarnish itself is from a little bit of oxidation because it is silver plated. We have all our cambros. These cambros are what we transport the food in. It'll keep food hot between 6 and 8 hours. when we transport from here, we want to make sure that the food is actually safe while we're on the road. So this will actually keep the food warm until we get to the location where we're going to serve the food. We went as far as New Haven, Shelton, Fairfield, anywhere where we can actually put a little package together for a customer and bring it to them at a cost that's does not exaggerate it. Right now, we're all in this together, so we're all suffering the impacts of the coronavirus. So, we want to make sure that we have a great meal at an affordable price, and to make sure that everybody's being fed, but yet they're not spending whatever little money they have left in the bank up until this is all over. We don't know how long it's going to last, so we want to make sure that everybody's well taken care of with good food, but yet with a great budget. If they can't travel to me for whatever reason, they probably have an issue with their schedule. A lot of people work and they're trying to plan a wedding. Then I'll do house visits also. Just like the doctors used to do back in the 40s and 50s, I do house visits. I'll travel from here to Hartford, here to Massachusetts, and I'll bring a tasting to them if they can't make it to me. If they could come down, then they'll sit right here. I'll do a tasting with them. I'll give them an idea of what to expect. I want all my customers to realize that once they're locked in a contract, they're entitled to try out every single dish that they're going to pay for. I don't want them to have any surprises the day of. So everything that they order within the contract, I make for them beforehand, and they'll sit here and they'll enjoy it. Any leftovers, they get to take home too. I don't charge for the tasting either.
Wow.
Actually, I want them to make sure that they know that they're going to get some great food from a great chef. I have a degree as a French chef, so I do French, Italian, Hungarian, German, Greek, Japanese, West Indian. If it's edible, I'll make it. There's nothing I tell my customers that we can't make for them. It takes you 5 minutes to win a customer over. So you don't want to tell a customer, no, we don't do this or we don't do that. We should be able to accommodate a customer with whatever it is that they want. This is one of the more basic layouts that my customers use for their weddings, sweet 16s, and beyond. This also is one of my, this is the Bentley of warming units. It holds about 35 full trays of food. Once you cook it, you put it in here, you control the gauges down there, and it'll keep the food at that temperature, at the temperature that is desired. All this is actually equipment. Over here we have all my flatware. In all, there's about $25,000 worth of flatware that I actually acquired for my customers. This is silver-plated flatware that we use for all our events. So you come this way. This is my little kitchen right here. This is where I make
This is where all the magic happens.
This is where it all happens.
Oh.
It's not something big, but I could call it my own. This kitchen actually produces food for up to 400 people.
Wow.
We make it happen. Sometimes you don't need a big kitchen to make it happen. You just need to work smart and work with a great team. And I have both. I have a great team, and I try to work as smart as possible. Not always does it work out to my advantage, but you know what? It's okay. We're only human. We all make a little mistake here and there.
Yeah.
But like I said, we have here our chicken. We have potatoes. This is going to be our weekend event. We have a lot of emails, text messages coming through. People that want to have good food that's not frozen. That I want to make sure that everyone knows that none of this is frozen, and everything is made here.
Freshly made
and delivered. If you can't pick it up, then we'll deliver it to you. We're not far from Easter, so come Easter Sunday, I'm going to have trays of food for people that want to serve families of 4 and 6. I'm going to have a set menu so that in case you can't cook or in case you don't want to cook, you'll come here, you pick up your trays of rice, your trays of chicken, your trays of pernil, potatoes, salads, and you can have a whole feast without having to worry about having to cook. You come, don't dirty your kitchen, let me dirty my kitchen and cater to you. Yes, sir.
Y todos los boricuas tienen lo que se llama
Adobo.
el adobo.
Adobo.
Yeah.
You cannot go wrong with adobo. It's a miracle potion. Everybody uses it different. Some people add things to it. Some people subtract things to it. There's not much you can subtract from adobo, but in itself, it's the magical seasoning. I don't care what kind of chef you are.
Yep.
You should always have one bottle of adobo with you. We have sazon. We got oregano. We have adobo con sazon, vinagre. We have different types of Asian seasonings. We have over here beef bouillon in case we want to enhance the beef sauce. We have Himalayan salt. We have volcanic salt. We have dill, cayenne pepper. We have sherry wine, which I use to make chimichurri. There's nothing that, if I don't have it here, I have it in storage. But these are the ones that I use the most. So I'll just come over here, grab something, go to my little prep table, and prep it all up. And then from here, it goes right into the oven.
Boom.
You
And
see
right
how
now,
it is right there?
it smells so good in here. What we got in here right now, Mike?
We have 45 pounds of pork. We have about 25 pounds of chicken. And that's slowly roasting. So it'll take about 8 hours to roast on the pork, about 3 hours to roast on the chickens. It's about, I am married to this. So, I mean, I love cooking. So, I mean, whether it's one of my celebrities that I cook for in New York City or in Greenwich or New Canaan or Darien, or whether it's just somebody from down the street that wants to have a great meal or a great festivity in their backyard, there's a budget for everybody. And I'm able to, cover all of those with my expertise and my wife's shopping. It's all about that.
Perfect, Mike. Well, we're going to head back to the studio. And for you guys that are watching and going anywhere, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back momentarily.
Take care. Talk to you soon.
Hi, welcome to Aces Bail Bonds.
Do you need information regarding bail bonds and the bail bond process? Contact us at Aces Bail Bonds, where we are happy to give you a free bail consultation. You are in capable hands with our reputable agency. For fast, reliable bail bond service, get out of jail fast with Aces Bail Bonds. You can save time and money by calling ahead. We'll have the forms ready for you, with everything handled privately, discreetly, and confidentially at our office. For fast, reliable bail bond service, call Aces Bail Bonds now.
Welcome to Ramirez Restaurant.
All right, you guys, and welcome back to Super League Entertainment. I hope you enjoyed that video coverage of Festive Food Caterers with professional chef Michel Martinez. Such a great time we had there. Listen, that banh mi and that chicken was smelling so freaking good, man. And if you haven't tried Michel Martinez's food, listen, I want you to reach out to him right there via Facebook. All right, go onto his Facebook at Michel Martinez and send him a direct message if you want to get on his food ordering services that he provides on a weekly basis. He will deliver food right to your home. Don't worry about it. The information is going to be put back up on the screen so that you can make contact with Mr. Michel Martinez. But again, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yeah?
Excited. Once again, I want to thank the viewers for always, supporting.
Absolutely.
And for always being out there and for always, making sure that that my business stays afloat. It's because of the viewers that I'm able to stay afloat during these difficult times, and for that I'm indebted with gratitude. I thank you all for looking out for me, and I'll continue looking out for you.
That's awesome, and you know what? You deserve every ounce of it, man.
Thank you.
And people love you, and it's clear. Based on everything. Matter of fact, let's go back and acknowledge some of the people that's watching.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
We have Michelle. I think I already read hers. So let's keep going. Yolanda Santiago says he earns his bucks, but he's always giving back, and that's the part that I love about Michel.
Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you.
And also, Toby Dempsey says you work very hard, Mike, to get where you are. Congrats.
Thank you, Toby. I hope everything is well in Ireland.
And Singrid Martinez says, you sure do make it happen, bro.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
That's your sister?
Yeah, that's my sister.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
thank you for watching, Singrid. And there's so many other people that's watching, so many comments. I can't get to them all, but I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If it's not for you tuning in on a weekly basis, we will not be able to do what we do. If it's not for you reaching out to Mr. Michel Martinez and utilizing his services, he would not be able to do what he does. So we appreciate you, the people of the public, man, for always being there, supporting me, supporting Michel, supporting our businesses, all right? Because it is a business as well.
It is.
All right? This is a business. This is a real, legitimate live studio. We're not in a basement or in a garage somewhere.
This is amazing. This place is just amazing. It's gorgeous. It's the best studio that I've walked in Connecticut. And like I said, I just compared it to something in New York who I'm not gonna name, but this is an amazing studio. If you haven't had the chance to come up, make sure you get your appointment in and check this place out. This place is, rock. It's hot.
Thank you, man. And as you said, you're married to this.
Yes.
When we were at your store, you said, your food service, your business, you're married to this thing. In the same way, my response is, I'm married to this as well. And this is what I do. This is my passion. And I don't want to turn this into me being on the hot seat because you're the guest that's here tonight. But I just want to remind people that this studio is here for you. It's here for you. You want to showcase your business. You want to showcase, who you are as a professional person in our community. Come on down. We'll sit you on the hot seat and introduce you to the world.
Yeah,
we got people as far as Ireland watching.
Yeah.
How powerful is that?
Yeah, that's amazing. Like I said, I mean, it's the power of internet and power of Facebook has been an amazing tool and actually in helping keep the business open, because if it wasn't for Facebook, how else would we have been able to advertise or to reach out to the many customers that we have, and for all the followers, I continually say, thank you. I mean, it's because of you that I'm still able to provide those great hot meals, and I will continue to do it so long as God, gives me the chance to continue to keep cooking and providing for you guys.
Absolutely. And you know what? I also want to acknowledge Lydia Rivera. She says, for the record, the advertisement of Miranda and Sons is what made me stop and check this video out. So advertisement works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
and that's what I want to hear.
And that's what it's all about. You get your name put up on this board, and advertise. I mean, that's the way to get my business is going to be on that screen. Okay, so look forward to it because it will be up there. Okay,
and I'm looking forward to that. So eventually, at some point, and you know what? Is it okay to throw it out there? Yeah. Because we know that, and I think it's exciting, really, really exciting, because people get to taste your food when you put on events and you cater to them. But I just want to throw it out there and let people know it's in the works. You're going to be opening up a restaurant here in the city of Bridgeport really soon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how exciting is that? Either you can, basically we could taste your food any time of the day now.
Exactly. It'll be open hopefully all 7 days of the week. But as a chef, you get burned out. But of course, I'll have a staff in there working. But yeah, right exactly where my catering business is at. We're actually going to turn that into a little dive restaurant, which means it'll be takeout, but we're also gonna have some tables and chairs for people to come down and enjoy a lunch and enjoy all the magic that comes out of the kitchen. You guys this is for you guys. Come on down. There's gonna be plenty of parking in the lot or off street, and it's in a convenient location that actually will make it easy for everybody to get to.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
And I'll probably become your primary customer.
And you know what? And I appreciate that. It's because of people like you that I'm able to continue doing what I'm doing. And I told you once before, thank you for the support. Thank you for always calling in your orders. Thank you for getting all those orders from the local, from your fellow co-workers. And thank you for giving me the chance to bring it over to you guys and put a smile on your face.
I mean, Mike came to my day job the other day, and he had 2 big boxes, 2 cajas, lleno de comida, of food, and you were carrying a plastic bag with all the potato salad in it, and you were like out of breath. Here you go. But it was about like 15 meals in there, man.
It was.
But everyone loved the food. It was cooked to perfection.
Thank you.
And I already know that next time around, whether it's tomorrow or Friday, there's gonna be another big order put in.
And I thank you for that. Like I said, those are the things that I love. I love seeing these orders go. I love seeing people enjoy the food and seeing the comments, seeing the comments that they leave at the end of the night. I always acknowledge all my customers, whether it was because you shared it on Facebook or whether it was because you purchased something from my small menu at this time. I thank you for being able to give me the chance to provide that food for you. You could have picked any restaurant that you wanted to, but you picked my place, and I thank you for that. I truly appreciate it.
That's right. And you know what? Usually I'll give a person, because we're creeping up to an hour, and the show's an hour long, and we're creeping up to that hour, but I usually give a person their opportunity to give their final words. I sort of feel that you just did that.
I did.
Yeah, you did it already, so you beat me to the punch, man.
Yeah. You know, it's just I'm excited for my customers, like I'm excited for my business. You know what? We're Boricuas, and there's not a situation out there that's gonna stop us from succeeding in life, and we're gonna continue to push through this regardless of what's out there, whether it's coronavirus or anything else that might come and attack us. We're gonna push along and make it happen.
That's right. And again, I want to remind the viewing audience that we have Mr. Michel Martinez, professional chef from Festive Food Caterers, which is located here in the city of Bridgeport, and they serve statewide as far as New York City and God knows where else. I mean, I'm sure he'll go out to Massachusetts and New Jersey and etc. If need be, right?
Oh yeah. We're ready for anything, whether it's a wedding on the beach or whether it's a backyard wedding. You know, you need tent, you know, horse and carriage. There's nothing I can't find you.
Yep.
I can pretty much get you anything from a helicopter pilot to a private jet pilot. I have the network
DJs,
uplighting. Like I said, horse and carriage. There's nothing that I can tell you. Magicians, clowns. We get you anything and everything.
That's
anything
right.
and everything that you want, we'll be able to get for you.
That's right. And if I should mention is that, you know, it doesn't matter whether you're a celebrity or whether you're a local business person or whether you're a local resident in Bridgeport. You cater to all.
Yep.
Without bias and without favoritism.
That's
you treat
exactly
everyone
right.
the same.
The same. Everybody's gonna get the same treatment, whether I'm catering in the city of Bridgeport or whether I'm catering beyond the city of Bridgeport. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that when I walk out of whatever location I'm in, that I walk out feeling satisfied that I gave my customers the best possible service that I could possibly give.
Absolutely, Mike. And with that said, are you ready for what I call the shotgun questions?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready. You throw them at me and I'll give you the answer.
All right. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, I'm going to hit Mr. Michel Martinez, professional chef, who's here on the hot seat with what I call the shotgun questions. Don't go anywhere, guys. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back momentarily. Looking for custom wheels? Looking for quality and professional service? Do you need a flat tire repaired? Are you looking for a $45 alignment and the lowest prices in the state? Come to Perez Tire Center located in the city of Bridgeport. At Perez Tire Center, we take pride in our selection and service. We are never short on inventory and we give you the best guaranteed lowest prices up front. At Perez Tire Center, we slash the competition and will beat the other guys. Financing is available and no credit check is needed. We also install batteries and tires on recreational vehicles, trailers, and motorcycles. If you need it, we got it. Perez Tire Center is open 7 days per week, located at 72 Knowlton Street in the great city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. All right, you guys, and welcome back to Super League Entertainment. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez, broadcasting from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, where our studio is located. Tonight, we've been having an amazing time with professional chef Michel Martinez, who's here in the studio on the hot seat. And again, if you're watching, I want to thank you for tuning in. If you're listening to us on our podcast, whether it's Anchor, Spotify, or Google, thank you for tuning in and for listening. Again, Mr. Michel Martinez.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still here. Having a good time. Having a great time.
You know, Michel, I want to acknowledge a couple of more people that's watching on Facebook again. Rosie Dempsey says, "Oh my God, Mike, I'm so happy for you. If you need waitress, LOL, laugh out loud, I will fly over." So she's ready to come work at the new restaurant.
Rosie. Rosie's amazing. Thank you. She's a one woman army. You know, she could hold her own, man.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
And then Myrna Reyes says, "Great to hear that." So, you know, a lot of people are already excited about the restaurant you're going to be opening. Also, I want to give a big shout out to professional boxer Delvin Epeligro Rodriguez. I see you, my brother, on the check-in. I see you watching. Delvin's been on the show twice. Actually, the first episode we filmed on this platform was with professional boxer Delvin Rodriguez.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Hello, Delvin.
Yeah, so thank you, Delvin, for watching. And again, I want to thank all of you for watching tonight. With that said, are you ready for the shotgun questions?
Throw them at me.
All right, here we go. Shotgun question number 1. What's your favorite song?
Wow. You got me there. You know, I'm an old soul. You know, I love music from the Temptations and the Four Tops. I listen to a lot of old music. So anything, you know, doo-wop or, you know, some salsa merengue. I don't have one favorite because this morning I woke up and I was listening to gospel music.
Oh, really?
So yeah. I felt like, you know, I needed to listen to some gospel, and that's what I heard all day. Waymaker was an amazing song.
Wow.
And if you haven't heard that song, you know, and you need a little bit of fulfillment and something to, you know, just enlighten you, listening to that song, Waymaker. I gotta say that's one of my favorites.
And that's awesome. And you know what? It's funny you say that because tonight when we get done with the show will be closing out with a performance by a really good friend of mine who was born and raised here in the city of Bridgeport. Now he resides in Orlando, Florida. And he graces the stage of a big mega church out there in Florida. He's the worship leader. And he has a music video. And that is how we're going to be closing out the show tonight with his performance.
Amen.
So you're in for a good treat.
Amen. I'm ready for it.
You're in for a good treat. So, next question. What is your favorite movie?
Oh my God, my favorite movie. If you haven't watched this movie, you have to watch it. It's an old movie, but most of us might relate. My Cousin Vinny. That is a funny movie.
A classic funny movie, yes.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Was it Joe Pesci, right?
Joe Pesci, yeah. He is a mess. But I mean, if you haven't watched that movie, you have to go on and look for it. You know, everybody has time in their hand now that you're home. So look it up and watch My Cousin Vinny. You're going to have a good laugh.
I think the part that I liked the most was when the car was stuck in the mud.
Well, you know, that's a good part. But I like when he went into the court with that 1902 suit that he had bought at the Goodwill or wherever he bought it. That's a classic.
That's right.
That's a classic.
Next question: what's your favorite food? And we know you're a chef, so
steaks. Yeah, I'm a big person when it comes to steaks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love steaks. I mean, doesn't have to be anything prime cut, although prime cut is always better. But I love steaks right across the board.
What part of the steak, like
you know what?
A fillet?
I like a ribeye. Ribeye. Most people think the filet mignon is the number one steak in the country, but actually it's a ribeye. Actually, you get more juices out of it. You get more flavor out of a ribeye than you would get out of a filet. But of course, you know, it's a lot better if you leave the bone on. So if you get a ribeye with bone on, that bone itself enhances the flavors of the steak. So make sure that you order with the bone on.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I got to remember that. Even though I'm not a big steak eater, but
yeah,
I got to remember that. All right. Next question. What's your favorite sport?
You know what? I like football. I love football. Yeah. Well, diehard Patriots fans.
Really?
Even though Tom Brady skated on us, it's okay. You know, I'm still a Patriots fan, and I love football. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you, every time I ask someone that question and they mention the Patriots, I always catch this thought in my head about Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sad story.
Yeah.
I don't want to continue on that, but yeah, sad story. But what's your favorite car?
The one that I'm driving, the BMW. You know,
3 Series, 4 Series.
You know what? I had a 7 Series and I switched down to a 3 Series, and now I'm looking to move up to a 6 Series.
Oh, nice.
I like bigger cars. I bought this one because that's the only one they had left in the dealer, so I'm due for a new one.
650.
Yeah, I would love a 650 convertible.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's the favorite thing you like to read?
You know what? I love reading the news. For some reason, I mean, I could sit there and read the news for hours on end, which I don't think is always the healthiest thing to do. But I just like to stay upbeat. If I'm never home, then I just like to read and see what's going on around the world.
Absolutely, you like to stay informed.
Yeah.
I respect that. What's the favorite thing you like to do besides being in your domain, in your kitchen?
Shopping. I don't know. I love it. I get this euphoria from. Excuse me, I got something in my eye, but from shopping. I love shopping. I do. I do love shopping, and just finding new things to enlighten me when I'm home.
And you know what? I can tell you like shopping because you have good taste based on that shirt that you're wearing right there, or that what is that exactly called? Jacket?
This is a French cut. Chef coat, yeah.
Well, it looks very well made and it looks high end. It's not cheapy choppy.
No, it's not. It's actually, it's very affordable, but it's a great cut. It lets you, get some air between your sleeves. It doesn't always come out to the wrist. And then it has air pockets in the back. You know, it's all, you know, keeps you nice and cool during hot days in the kitchen.
Yeah. And again, for the people that's watching right now, if you're just tuning in, again, we're here at the studio in the city of Bridgeport, Super Elite Entertainment Studio, and I guess it's okay for me to say Master Chef. That sounds even better.
Great, I'll take that. Yeah.
Master Chef.
Yeah, I worked behind the scenes for Master Chefs Australia.
Uh-huh.
I did while they were filming in New York. Well, we actually did a little segment where we were doing all the prep work behind the scenes for them. So yeah, you can throw that in there.
Yeah,
I'm okay
Master
with it.
Chef Michel Martinez here in the studio from Festive Food Caterers.
Thank
Let's
you.
go on with the shotgun questions. Next question is, what's the favorite thing you like to do? The favorite thing you like to do?
You know what?
Did I ask that? Yeah, I just asked you. You said shopping.
Yeah.
My bad. What's your favorite word?
Food. Food. Anything to do with food, I love. You know, just the creation of food and just mastering new recipes. I love anything to do with food.
Okay. What sound or noise do you like to hear the most?
My dog barking. I just, it's when I pull up and I see him looking out the window, or when he takes that first bark, it's just, it's refreshing to know that he's there waiting for me.
That's right. Yeah. And he'll never complain.
No, never does. He gets treated really good too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, what's the favorite place you would like to visit?
Jerusalem. Yeah, hopefully if you're watching and you're headed to Jerusalem,
I forgot.
I want to make sure that I travel with you because I've always wanted to go to Jerusalem.
And you know what? We have to give a big shout out to our boy, Edgar Rodriguez,
Amazing
one
guy.
of the greatest Boricua Latino men you
The
could
whole
ever
state.
possibly meet.
Yeah.
Forget about the city of Bridgeport and the whole state of Connecticut.
Correct.
Owner of Luz de Paz Funeral Home, right there on Washington Avenue. I believe it's Washington Avenue, right?
Washington Avenue.
Next to Parque de los Bones. Remember that?
Yes. That's where everybody used to hang out back in the days when they had nowhere to go and drink their beer.
That's right.
It's cleaned up ever since.
And do all the other stuff they used to do out there. Just saying.
Yeah.
But big shout out to Edgar Rodriguez, who owns and operates Funeraria Luz de Paz, which is a great pillar in the community.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. I mean, Edgar is the epiphany of the great man of the city of Bridgeport. He's
That's
just
right.
an amazing individual.
And one thing I like about Edgar is that he makes us Latinos look really good.
He does. Let me tell you. And he has a way of just solving issues and making people feel good even during their darkest days.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just magical when he does that.
That's right. Next question.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Other than your current profession, if you was able to do it all over again, what would Michel Martinez do?
I would have been a forensic investigator, which is what I went to school for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
But prior to that, I would have been an airline pilot. I love planes. I love anything to do with flying. So during my downtime when I'm home, 90% of the time, aside from reading the news, I'm watching airplane videos.
Wow, and it's funny you say that because I love planes as well.
Yeah.
And there are days, especially in the summer, I'll take a drive down to Sikorsky.
Yeah.
And I'll just sit there and I'll watch the planes come in and go.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
love
go to
doing
Shore
that.
Beach.
Yep,
and
Shore
Beach. I just watch them come in. Depends on where the tail of the wind is at. Sometimes they don't come to that runway. They'll come to another runway. And you're
So
not
you
gonna be able to
got to
see them.
rotate, go somewhere.
Yeah, then you have to go to the other side of the beach in order to find them.
That's right. Final question. If heaven really exists, and we both know that it does, when you arrive at the pearly gates, what do you want to hear God say to you, professional master chef Michel Martinez, when you arrive there?
Thank you for being such a giving person. I love being a giving person, and if anything, I just want him to know that I try to do the best I could, and if I made somebody's life a little brighter through something that I might have done for them, like that young kid that wanted to commit suicide last week, then if I made a change in one person's life, then I'm happy with it, as long as God acknowledges, hey, thank you for doing that.
That's right.
Thank you.
Perfect, well said words. And I thank you for coming down to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Before I dismiss you and we conclude our episode tonight, really quick, you made mention of it, and I just want you to share it with the viewing audience, Michel, before we go. because you shared a story with me a few days ago on an incident that you just happened to stumble upon.
Yeah.
Usually, when a person comes across that type of incident, they'll just keep going. They'll mind their business. They don't want to get involved. They don't want to put their hands into places where they shouldn't be. And I understand that from a certain perspective. But you came across a situation where you said, you know what? Wait a minute. Let me turn my car around and find out what's going on.
Correct.
Because you made that decision, awareness is really important.
Right.
You made the decision to turn back around. You saved someone's life who was maybe at his wit's end of getting ready to commit suicide.
He was, yeah.
So if you don't mind, can you just share that with the viewing audience?
Yeah. I came off exit 30. It was exit 32, and the exit I always use to get to my shop, but there was construction at the end of the exit, so I had to jump back on the highway and get off exit 31, which is an exit that I never use because it's way off from where I'm headed to, and went down Stratford Avenue, made a right onto Bruce Street or Bruce Avenue in the Stratford Bridgeport border, and right after I went under the railroad tracks, I saw a young man leaning against a building, just crying his eyes out, crying like I've never seen somebody cry before. Something told me that that there was something wrong because he was by himself. So I did a wraparound. I went around the block. I pulled up to him. I got out of my car, and I walked up to him and I asked him what was going on. And of course, he was having an incredibly bad day throughout. He had an argument and other things that had actually just made his whole life collapse around him, and he wanted to commit suicide. So me thinking, he's in front of the railroad tracks, so it means that he's probably waiting for the next train to jump in front of the train. I sat on the floor with him and I consoled him for like 30 minutes, and I told him, listen, let's go buy a bottle of water, and I brought him to the car, and we drove past the store, and actually I saw McDonald's. I said, hey, you know what? Would you like something to eat? So I offered him McDonald's just to get things going out of his head, and he was able to actually calm down enough to tell me the whole story of everything that was happening to him. And after a couple of hours of keeping him, busy talking, giving him advice, making sure that he was okay, I was confident enough that I was able to drop him off at home, and he went home smiling with a new
perspective.
New thoughts in mind, if I made a difference, and I know I did because I saw him the day after, it was just it was just shocking that he was ready to just end it all because of the world collapsing around him. No matter how bad it is, there's always an answer, and I know that he probably didn't have anybody to run to, and I just happened to be on this street that I never take, and I am glad that God put me through there to be able to help him out.
That is awesome, and you know what, Mike? Your response was on time. Because he would probably made the paper as another victim that was hit by a train.
Oh, yeah.
Because the train track was right there. And he probably was just timing it and waiting for the train to come through.
Oh, yeah.
And we're living in a time right now where a lot of people are suffering.
Yeah.
Suffering financially. Businesses are closed.
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 is affecting countless lives all over the place. Whether some people are sick, the death rate is really high right now.
It is.
A lot of people are infected with this virus. People are just going through. People are driven with anxiety because of what's taking place right now. And you know what? And I hope you don't mind, but I feel a little motivated right now. If you're okay with this, there's a lot of people watching. I feel motivated. You know what? Let's say a prayer.
Yeah.
Let's say a prayer for the people that's watching. Let's say prayer for all the individuals that are in different hospitals throughout the world, even right here in our own city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Even the mayor, Joe Gannon, was talking about opening up the Webster Arena as a overflow hospital where infected people can be monitored. So this thing is affecting a lot of people, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm a perfect Christian, like I'm the best Christian in the world, but I feel inspired based on what based on what you've been talking about, and I feel motivated us to join together to say a prayer for the viewing audience.
I agree.
Yeah?
I agree.
All right, so let's just say a prayer, all right? And here we go. And if you're watching right now, you know what? Just close your eyes with us momentarily. We want to say a prayer for you. We want to say a prayer for, all the sick people in the hospitals right now. We want to say a prayer for the whole entire country, the world, who is suffering from this crazy I almost cussed, but this disease that's plaguing our lives. So again, you know what? Heavenly Father, we just want to take a moment to just say a prayer for each and every individual that's watching right now live on Facebook. I know a lot of people are going through it. They're struggling financially. Their business is on the verge of collapse, of being shut down because they can't operate. We want to pray for all the sick people that are in the hospitals right now, those that are in the overflow hospital in some arena or at some gym. We want to pray for the people that are sick in their homes, people that are locked in their homes right now because, we're not supposed to be moving around and about. We want to pray for each and every person that's going through the struggle. And we're all struggling through this COVID-19 situation that we're going through right now. I'm going to pray that you give everyone peace that surpasses all understanding, that you will give them joy abundantly, and that you will give us all strength to continue on throughout everything that is taking place in our lives right now. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
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 And you know what? I feel good with that prayer.
It's actually, it opens your horizons to joy and to happiness. And I thank you for that. I thank you. That's very appreciative.
Thank you. And you know what? I feel good myself about tonight's episode. I'm so excited and
great
and thankful that you were willing to come down to the studio.
Thank you.
So many people watched. So many people are still watching. And I hope that you felt the impact. Maybe there was a little impact of the prayer that took place tonight.
Yeah. The power of prayer goes a long way. And let me tell you, right now, one of those viewers probably needed that prayer, and I hope that that the hour that we spent together, whether you're on Facebook or that I spent with Jason, was something that that everybody enjoyed, including the prayer. Okay.
That's right.
Thank you.
With that said, thank you so much for coming down to the studio.
Thank you.
We won't shake hands, but we'll give each other
definitely. Thank you.
Elbow. All right.
Exactly.
All right. And for you guys that are watching, again, I'm your host Jason Rodriguez. Remember, social distance. Stay home. Do your best to stay home. I understand that there are needs. I mean, if you're an essential worker where you don't have a choice but to go to work, you work for the state of Connecticut, maybe you're a correction officer, maybe a police officer, a state trooper, maybe you're you know what? I want to give a big shout out to the nurses. I want to give a big shout out to the doctors and the physicians and the surgeons and all those working for AMR, American Medical Response Team, and all of you guys that are caring and providing a high level of health care to the people that are going through the coronavirus situation. I want to give a big shout out to all the hospitals worldwide, man. And you know what? I want to give a shout out to you, the viewing audience. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, I want to remind you that we have Mr. Michel Martinez, owner and operator of Festive Food Caterers, that was here in the studio tonight sitting on the hot seat. Again, if you want to reach out to Michel, his phone number is 203-224-0131. He is at your service. Festive Food Caterers, located right here in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you want to get on that list and order food, all right, because he's delivering food on a weekly basis. Well, actually, every other day, he's putting out a menu on Facebook. So if you want to jump on the bandwagon and order food like what you see on the screen right now, contact Michel Martinez via Facebook. Send him a message. Let him know. Put your order in, and he will deliver that food himself, most likely to your place of business or your residency. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. Thank you so much for tuning in. We do this each and every week. We will be back here next week at 7 o'clock, broadcasting live from our studio in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Again, this is my passion. This is what I love to do. My goal in life is to give back to you, the people of the community. This is a platform created where your voice will be heard. Again, if you're a professional, if you're a person that's involved in the community, doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. This, if you're a rapper, a hip hop singer, whatever, go onto our website at www.supereliteentertainment.com. Send us a message if you know someone that we should feature on our show. Listen, go on there, send us the information, and we would love to have them. Again, I want to give a big shout out to all of you guys that are watching live right now on Facebook. I can see it right here. I want to give a big shout out to Myrna Reyes again. She said, great job, Jason. Thank you so much. Yasmin Reyes says, awesome show. Thank you, Yasmin. Also, Felipe says, also to all the truckers. No doubt, big shout out to all the truckers. If it's not for you truckers out there, I mean, pressing hard and delivering all those supplies, especially medical supplies, dear God, we'll be in trouble.
Oh, we
so
will
big
be.
shout out to all the truckers that are out there. Also, Rosie Dempsey McLaughlin says, totally enjoyed your show. Rosie, thank you so much for tuning in. And I totally enjoy the fact that you were willing to tune in tonight and sticking it out for the duration of the show. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. Love you guys to death. And I will see you next week, same time, same place, same channel, right here, broadcasting from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. God bless, and we will see you next week, guys. God bless.
Coming on the clouds, kings and kingdoms will bow down, and every chain will break as broken hearts declare his praise. For who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. Every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chain. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before him. So open up the gates, make way before the King of Kings. Our God who comes to save is here to set the captives free. For who can stop the Lord Almighty? Our God is the Lion of Judah. He's roaring with power and fighting our battles. Every knee will bow before him. Our God is the Lamb that was slain for the sins of the world. His blood breaks the chain. Every knee will bow before the Lion and the Lamb. Every knee will bow before him. Every knee will bow, every tongue confess that he is Lord. Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Or who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord Almighty? Who can stop the Lord? Everybody help me sing. Who can stop the Lord Almighty?